Okay, this is Lance here. We're going over to how to use the bowl cleaner that we saw at the shop called Renown. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the lid off your toilet tank. Set it down on the floor so you don't break it. Then don't empty the water out of it. You're going to dump some down, like a third of the bottle, down the overflow tube. I don't know if you can see me squeezing it into the hole there. It's okay if you get a little bit of water inside the tank because the water is there to dilute the acid. Okay. Set that off to the side. What that does, then what I like to do is put some around the rim of the bowl as well. Okay, we're going to let this sit for about 45 minutes and then we're going to come back and check on it. The reason why we're doing this is to eat all the calcium that's built up in the jet holes to bring the swirl back to the toilet so it can flush better. I'll be back in a minute. And since we're here at the shop, we're going to use some in our urinal. What this does, it helps eat up the urinal salts. I do this like every 6 months. They do make a chemical called sizzle that does this for the urinals, that eats up the urinal salt. And then this toilet is a commercial grade toilet that actually has a power flush toilet in there. So I can't take the tank of the lid off, but I can spray some of the chemical inside the bowl to help with the calcium buildup. And then we'll do a little bit more up inside this P-trap on this urinal. Like I said, I'm going to let this stuff sit here for about 45 minutes. Make sure the room has a fan going and is ventilated. And make sure you put an out of order sign on this. Okay. That bad boy is empty. And we're going to dispose of it. And I'll be back in a minute to show you how to use the applicator brush. Okay, we're coming back to this toilet in here that I did the bowl cleaner. This is the applicator brush. It's a brush that looks like just fiberglass bristles. Because if you use a regular brush, what happens is it'll melt the bristles. So you got to make sure you get up deep down inside of here, and like I said, you want to do this in a ventilated room. And with this acid on here, you're going to want to get all the water off as much as possible. So you got to make sure you have a bowl to put this into that you don't care about it being a garbage bowl down the road. Alright. So we do have something like that over here. Your regular toilet brush holder, and I'll be back in a moment to show you how to do the other toilet in the other bathroom. Okay, we're back in the other bathroom, and I'm using this on the urinal, as you can see. And I'm trying not to stand in front of the urinal because this has an automatic eye and I don't want it to flush yet. So all I'm doing is cleaning the urinal. Oh boy, you definitely got to have a ventilated room. Make sure you got gloves on when you're doing this. What this will do, like I said, is going to eat up all the hard water, urinal salts, calcium, that's in our water. And then on urinals and toilets, since they get peed in a lot, there's a lot of urinal salts. in our urine. And it cleans to the bowl of the pipe. Alright, same thing in here on the toilet bowl. In here. Just want to clean it up really good. If you have a lot of hard water buildup, you can use the around, like the ring around the toilet. You can use that to clean it up. I try to squeeze as much water as I can out of the brush into the bowl. And then I'm going to stick it into my holder that I have over here on the side of the toilet. Alright, I'll be back in about 40 minutes to flush the system and make sure I got everything before we open. I do this early in the morning because the fumes off this does give you a headache. Okay, it's been about 50 minutes. As you can see, all the bubbles have calmed down. It's actually eat a lot more of the urinal salts through it. The yellow urinal salts that are built up inside there. You're going to want to flush these a couple of times. Help get all the urinal salts and the acid out of the trap, because you don't want it to splash back and get somebody wet. So you close the toilet seat lid, especially on these toilets. We'll come back and flush this one again here in just a second, and I'll go back up front. Okay, we came back up front. Make sure you close the lid. Want to make sure you flush the toilet a few times. And then you're all done cleaning the toilet with the Renown bowl cleaner. If you have any questions, call the shop. The product is available at M1 Specialties.